Hey everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. Today we're going to do ACT3 Update 33. And I'm just going to show you what I've been up to. It's once again a short video, I hope, and things that took me a long time to do but didn't really do much for the layout, I guess you would say. Just work that had to be done. And I'll show you what's going on over by the lake. So let's take a look. Okay, gang, the first thing I want to show you is that I have repainted that whole wall. I restained the picture frame and moved the picture frame up and put it up with 2 screws so I don't have to worry about it falling. It looks like it's crooked, but believe me, it's level. I tricked it with a level. I came back over here, put on my back on my skirting. Behind this stuff, by the way, I had to repaint the whole cabinet. Behind this stuff, I painted the wall and everything back behind there black. Over here took me a little while, and I'll tell you why. I had to repaint all this black around everything here. Took the plate off, of course painted under it. I was missing a knob here for one of my dimmer controls for my moonlight and my sunset. I painted the front of this cabinet so it blends in. I also repainted the side and the bottom of this leaflet holder, which I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I keep all my pertinent stuff like the turntable information, my DCC books, programming books, and information about every small item that's on the layout, the AR1s, the LNWI, all that stuff. I've also got some magnets here to turn on and off the Centralia car shop's lighting in the passenger cars. I also have a tube here that you've seen before that I keep some long stuff in that I think I might need at some point in time. By the way, this little gadget, if I turn it on, it's a bird chirp when you walk in the door. I just thought it was kind of cool. The kids gave it to me, so I put it in here, and now I can turn it on when you walk in and out the door. It makes a bird chirping sound and always catches people off guard. So let me swing around a little bit. Okay, and swinging around this way, what I have done is I have painted all of this black down to the floor along the door trim. I have put the skirting back behind there, painted that leg black, which you can't see, it's behind the skirting. Skirting all the way down there. All my cars and stuff are underneath this skirting here. Skirting across the end and skirting down the front. Okay, I've had this skirting made for a long time. I just haven't had it on the layout for a long time. To accomplish the straight run of skirting all the way down here, what I had to do is move my DCC system. If you remember, it was on a leg right there, a support leg. I just took it off from there. It goes, the wires all go through a hole in the back of the L girder. So all I did was just take it off of there and set it up in this shelf, which worked out very easily and very well. All I had to do is this bracket here for my trash bucket, my Santa Fe route trash bucket, was take it off from where it was connected and just screw it to the bottom of the shelving. Then I took the light, moved it out, ran the wire for it up over the L girder and plugged it into a power strip that was up higher, and I just hang the light on the rope light, and if I need it I pull it out. So really now it's pretty clean. If I pan around, it's pretty clean underneath the layout, with the exception of the junk on the floor. But it's pretty clean around the layout now. Gives it kind of a finished look, even though it's not. I found that before that skirting becomes kind of a pain in the neck when you need to get stuff out from under it, but I'll deal with that as the time comes. Now I guess I'll just take you down and show you what I've been working on. I haven't gotten a lot of work done, but I did make up my mind on a couple of things. Okay, down here, what I did is I put in this chooch wall as my bridge abutment. I also cut some down and put it over there and over here, and I will put something underneath this little piece of, it's not actually bridge track, but it's a little tiny, I made it into a little tiny bridge. It's actually a viaduct, Cato viaduct track, but it'll work for a bridge there. I just need to put a little bit of abutment on either side of it, and I'll be good to go. I still have yet to take out this little guy that I just put in yesterday and this guy up here and weather the two of them. And when I do that, I'm going to paint these abutments. By the way, I got an abutment back here that you can't see. Same type of abutment that's on the other side. There you can see it. It took a little bit of cutting. I had to cut it. You can see the step down where the Cato Bridge is to get it to fit in there. I will touch all that up and paint it when I get time. And what I have yet to talk about, but you guys have probably already seen, is I have the outlet from the dam coming down, and I have cut the foam. And I will be, it's not a very good job, but someone had suggested a deep crevice type arroyo, or if you prefer to call it a river, creek, whatever, wherever you live. It'll come down underneath this bridge, and there'll be very little water coming out of that dam. They don't let much water out of this dam. It's just it's a drinking water dam, so they don't let much water out of it for farming down below. Of course, everybody asks, including my wife, what are you going to do? Whoops, what are you going to do back here? I'm going to wad up newspapers in here and try and slope this down some and kind of take it over that way. Right in that crevice right over there, I'm going to start a very narrow perspective road, and as it comes out towards the bridge here, it's going to get wider and wider just to that side of this river. It's going to go underneath the bridges and over the track right in here. And then it's going to come down along the river here and tie into my road crossing. And where it goes from here this way, I have no idea. I may run it on down to the edge of the yard and then off the board. Not really sure. But what I want to do, or what I want to try and do, is when I get this road to this point here, I want to do a bridge over here, and I'm going to cut some of this out. And the road is going to wind up the side of this mesa and go all the way around here. I'll have to cut into this hill, go all the way around here, and probably come back off the board right over in here somewhere. That will give me a road that connects to the town down there, comes from back there in the mountains, and I will be able to come across the track right in here somewhere, or right in here somewhere, come across and be able to go into whatever industries I have down there. You just got to have some roads around to be able to put some automobiles and things on, and to give things purpose. So to justify having the road crossing here, which is going to be a relatively new road crossing for the period I'm modeling, in fact way new, but I'm going to weather this up some more, I do believe. But the road's going to come down here and tie into this, and this will give me a chance to put some roads into. This is going to be houses and stuff, all little houses, maybe a business or two. I might put the tourist trap right in here. I'm just not sure what's going to go there yet. I may even leave space back there to put the tourist trap in. I'm just not sure. But all the majority of everything, get up here where my hand is. Sorry about that garble. This is all going to be houses and stuff, and small businesses, and maybe even up into there. And right now my thinking is to put the ghost town back in there. But I am not real positive about that yet. It remains to be seen. But I do know, at least if I get up here for you, I do know where the river's going. Okay? So, and I do know where the road is going. And then of course once I get across the tracks here, the road will turn and go down all along the back side over there to be able to access all those industries. It's going to be cramped, but it's going to be a small road, and that's all there is to it. But it's what you got to do when you have a small space, right? Selective compression. Always remember that. This is what those abutments were made out of. It's the Chooch 8300, and it's just a wall, and I cut them out. Robin and I have a small scroll saw for dollhouse work, and we use that, or I use that to cut it on. So I was able to cut it to the right height. Also, if you notice over here, I curved that wing wall over there slightly. And I did that by cutting that, and these castings, if you've ever tried to cut a Chooch casting, you know that they're extremely hard. So you can only really do it with a saw. But I also have a miniature sander, belt sander and rotary disc sander, that's all one unit. And I was able to sand those edges at a 45 and bend that, basically rejoin and bend that wing wall around the corner. And that'll blend in at some point. Today my hope is to try and get some of the newspaper in there and so forth, and get some of the plaster cloth down in the river and stuff of that nature, and get those two bridges taken out of there so I can weather the two bridges. So, oh, and then I guess you guys hadn't seen the cutout that I made with my vibrating Dremel saw here, and where the road is going to come out across here. I did cut those. I'm sure there's something I'm leaving out here, but I don't know what it is. If I think of it, I'll put it in here. If I don't, I won't. But anyway, that's pretty much it for update 33. Okay, gang. I hope you enjoyed update 33, and as usual, thanks for watching.